We're streaming live on the web right now, Mike.
Beautiful. Whew. Hey, bro.
Stretch, Cool-Ass with the disc, steps down, finds a quick strike backhand to a receiver for a score. All that a karma possession right there. Cool-Ass takes a shot, hits Golden in the hand, somehow unable to come up with it. Great bid by the green player, and he's down. They're looking, as this is an amateur sport, no personnel, no medical personnel available. You could call this sport extreme. Not many extreme team sports. Certainly Australian rules football comes to mind. Jake's going to talk about it. He's got something to say. Of course he does. He's got a man down. And they're just kind of doing the standing around in a circle with their hands in their pockets thing, praying he comes up okay. And he apparently does. Shakes it off. No doubt going to rub some dirt on it. Probably already had some dirt rubbed on it. So for those of you still with us at home, I'd like to thank the 5 people who stuck around for the 2006-2007 Chattanooga Winter League Ultimate Finals. Some conversation about it. Player is going to take a substitution as an injury sub. Anyone who wants can come in on green. Likewise, anyone who wants to sub out on yellow can take one in turn. Still some conversation ongoing, and you wonder why they're not playing. Daylight! Phil going to pick it up. The puller moves in to try to put a mark on him. Can't get set up before Phil lets that fly. Kyle somehow, unbelievably, comes down with that thing. They're encouraging him to take a timeout, and he does. Wow, and you wonder how Ultimus did not get his hand on that thing. Golden coming up with a crucial catch for yellow. Could be a difference maker in this hotly contested game. I'd like to thank you all for joining us tonight. That ought to be your halftime entertainment. Kyle, it was a timeout to recap. Kyle came down with it somehow. Over the fingertips of an outstretched Jake Ultimus. And they're going to talk about it. Continuing to have conversations. You can expect this in a final. Kyle, yeah. Wait. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, he has. He's a lot more sure-handed these days. Yeah. Yeah. He had a great play in the Summer League. I was on his team, man. Pulled it down. Got it called back. And we're in play. Back to that thought in a moment now. Maria tries to find it right down the middle. Jake with a big backhand fake there. Steps around. Kyle's got a good, aggressive, tight, low mark on Ultimus. Ultimus to the puller. The puller now with the disc. Floats one out to Ann Louise. Ann Louise on her away line now, about 5-10 yards off that away line out to Tessie. Tessie takes a quick look, and a little too quick now as yellow takes possession of the disc. About 25 yards away from the end zone, Cool-Ass from Atlanta lets it go. He hangs up a big, beautiful floating backhand. Too much for anybody on yellow to run down. It's going to be Green's disc. Can Green march it the length of the field going uphill against the wind? It's snowing. It's 41 degrees. Really the pressure on Green to convert this point. Carl, determined. He's going to think about it. And you look for Carl. He's not prone to take a super deep shot, especially when he's deep in his own territory like that. Takes a nice shot out to Chuck. You want the disc in Chuck's hands. Chuck with a couple of nice pivots finds Jake, who cuts in, who gets it back to Carl. To, I don't know who that is, for the backhand. 2 ladies there. Scoring. Yes, excuse me. I couldn't see the back cone. She was, in fact, in. Oh, and there's some conversation about it. Call made on the play. No one knows who that is with the disc. It's Crazy Hat. Crazy Hat with the disc now. He's going to pivot. Doesn't see anything he likes. He's way far away on his away sideline. Phil steps in and D's that thing. You got to know where Phil is on the field. Cool ass from Atlanta now, trapped on his own line. He winds up lefty backhand. He lets float a beauty. Mantell under it. Does he have the legs? Oh, just can't quite come up with it. The dog registers his approval. Phil now down, nobody too concerned about it. They go ahead, pick the disc up, run away from him, taunt him with the disc. Carl now hustles it up to the line. He finds the puller. The puller with the disc. He's got the throw. He's got, and the Crazy Hat guy caught it. He comes down with it. Looks smart, backhand play. Right back to you there, Cool Hat. And that's Chuck D. He makes like Ray Guy. He did his Oakland Raiders punter impersonation there. Cannot come up with it. No stick 'em on those fingers. The tight shot up the line to Phil. Phil with the puller marking. Phil pivots. Green doing an effective job of shutting down the available receivers, but he manages to get that off to Cool Ass. Cool Ass looks, he's the lefty, don't forget. Now they're marking him, forcing him backhand in effect. Then he, just barely gets that off to Phil in the dump. He's behind, he's trapped on his line, goes ahead, floats a backhand pass out there. He is reaching for the stars right there with it. Goes ahead and slides it on around, and he doinks it. And that's what you expect on a lesser experienced player. Needs to keep that thing low, take care of the disc. Green looking for the up, and the puller just a little too deliberate about it. There's some conversation, apparently. Boy, and you hate to see a stoppage in the flow like that. It can really kind of screw the game up, especially frustrating for the players involved. Puller taps it in. He looks for Jake's. Got Chuck instead. Chuck now finds Jake in the middle. Looks for the continuation. Fakes it. Nice fake. Back to Chuck. You want that? You want to see it in Chuck or Jake's hands right here. Tight, red zone type situation. Into Ann Louise. Ann Louise. Travel called. For those of you not familiar with Chuck D, notorious traveler in the Chattanooga League. So probably no argument there. I mean, well, you can't argue a call like that. Chuck with the Tance to reset it. Steps out, pivot, finds a flick. She's in. Score.